All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create the low poly in your eye. So again, this is the style that we're doing. We'll do the eyebrow, we'll do the eye itself, the eyelid, and a little bit around the eye. You can see what it's going to look like right there. The first thing you want to do, go up to Window, Workspace, make sure that Essentials Classic is clicked. If not, just click on Reset Essentials Classic. And then we'll be looking at it in the same way. The two columns right here, you have a few things right here. One will be the layers, which you want to lock down. Let me just delete this. You want to lock down your photo layer, your background layer, and your window layer. Something that I did before actually moving forward, I duplicated my artwork layer. You don't have to do that. I created a background, not a background, I created a shadow layer. Later on, I'm going to show you how to do that. We could do that even at the end. But for this, I'm just going to show you how to do the eye. So I'm going to leave this part right here. Make sure you're clicked on the artwork layer. And we're going to move over and zoom in to this eye right here. Now, I'm going to show you examples as well. These are some of the examples right here. And actually, I'll show you the low poly board that I have in Pinterest. Right? You can see that there's very different styles. There's blockier styles. There's more of the pointier styles with this one. More of the diamond shapes, right? Or the triangle shapes. There's all different types of styles, but they're all with straight lines and straight lines only. I love this tiger right here. You can see it has a lot of very disorganized kind of like lines thrown in there. But at the end, you see that it is a tiger and it adds a style to that low poly. Yep, there's a whole bunch of other ones right here. I could go through and just make a video about this, but nope, we're gonna be doing the eye. So I'm going back into Illustrator. And again, working with the eye, we're gonna do the eye, the pupil, the iris, the eyelid, and the eyebrow itself. Notice how it looks almost like a crystal or a diamond, right? And then these parts look like crystals, right? I'm going to move all the way over here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to start off with the pen tool. Here we are. The pen tool is the third tool on the left. We're going to outline the actual shape of the eye itself. Here we go. There is going to be a slight difference in here. Oh, and if you have glasses, you will have to outline your glasses. I'll give you an example of that in a little bit. There you go. Hit escape. You go on to the next one. Now, if you want to create a shape right after you have a shape like this selected, you do have to actually deselect it by clicking on the selection tool. Notice that the dots are still there. If I try to do this, it's going to think that I want to add a point as opposed to creating that shape, which is not what I want to do. So the selection tool on the left, click out of it. The pen tool, click, let go, click, let go, click, click. Hit escape, click, let go, click, let go, click, let go, and click. Hit escape. Now I can see that there's a highlight right here. So I'm going to click, click. I'm going to outline that as best I can, only using straight lines. You hit escape right here. Oops. Escape. Close that part off right there. And what you're doing, you're creating shapes that ultimately will be pools that you'll have to fill in with a color. Now this is all going to be one color. Obviously we need to like create more shapes within here, but they're all different pools, and the pools are going to create those shapes with the colors that will ultimately look like your eye or your skin or your nose or anything like that. I do see a faint shape right there, so I'm going to outline that. That's like the rest of the eye itself. Maybe right here. So let me move this part over. Yeah, maybe like that. All right, and now I'm gonna make it look like a crystal. I know that there's not much in here. There are slight variations. It's hard to see, but I'm gonna create a second layer around that center. And right over here. And now I'm gonna divide those into shapes. And I do see a slight difference between that color and that color, so I'm gonna try to outline that. This one right here, bam. This one over here. This one maybe over here. Because this part is darker, it's a little bit harder. Now I'm going into the eyelashes. For most of you, you don't have crazy long eyelashes, but if you do, you don't want to draw each one of them. I'm going to show you an example. Like if I had longer eyelashes, I might come right around here. Maybe a second one. Then I'd come right around there, but I do not have those kind of eyelashes. So I'm going to delete that or undo. But I do have eyelashes nonetheless. You could either outline it as just a dark section, or you can maybe do one. And then come right around here. Sure. I will divide that into shapes later on. I'll also divide this into shapes. I'm going to outline this part right over here, the eyelid. There you go. And then these lines right here. I'm trying to look for the most obvious lines that already exist to go off of. Just like this line right here. This is part of the nose, but I'm still going to outline that part there. And then the eyelashes, I'm sorry, the eyebrows themselves. This, you can see it comes to a point around here. I'm going to outline that part here, 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 here. And then again, I'm going to divide them into shapes. Now, one of the ways that you could do it with each one of these things, you could do it just like with the banana. You could draw that line down the middle, and the eyebrow is a good example of that. And then you could create the shapes. Again, do not align those lines, but you could create the shapes that will separate this and make it look three-dimensional. So notice I'm going out on the bottom and in with the top ones. When it gets to the middle, it's somewhat straight. Slightly off. Same thing with the eyelid over here. And within that, like I know with the eyebrows, they all look pretty much the same color. But when it comes to the eyelid, there are variations. Like right here, I'm just gonna, let's see, I'm gonna outline this. Now I can't just click back in there because it's gonna think that I have another point to add, but I'm just gonna move it down. There. Escape. Creating this part. There you go. I can see a difference right here with the darkness or the lightness in here. I could divide this into a shape right now. And then this part right here, I do see a difference between light, medium, and dark. I definitely see a difference right here. And again, this is part of the nose, but right there. I'll close this part right here. This, I could create the same kind of shape. And then here, I could create a similar shape as well. It looks simple. I know that it's not. You do have to go back and forth. I hide the photo and I go in with the selection tool. I'm sorry, the direct selection tool. And sometimes I move stuff around because I know what I see once the photo's there looks different. But what I see once I close it might look different than what I actually want. Like this right here, that looked a little bit weird. This I still have to divide. But at the end of the day, you're going around and you're selecting shapes that go around the shape of the actual facial feature that you're trying to do. And also the difference between light, medium, and dark. Anything that has a difference or difference in color, you want to outline those things. All right? Enjoy.